Hi there, beautiful souls. This is Dilosh from Girl and Her Moon. Okay, so I've got girlandhermoon.com written here. If you know us and you've checked us out, thank you for the interest. If you are new to this channel, you can check us out at girlandhermoon.com. There's a lot there that we are providing as a service. And this would be an amazing way to expand in your spiritual and philosophical life path. Okay, we grow with you. As we assist, we are also growing with you. We are expanding, we are learning. Okay, and yeah, so check us out at girlandhermoon.com. So that being said, this is Dilosh again, and today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about a little bit, not too much, a little bit about the Capricorn new moon, the very first new moon of 2026. It is a bit of a special moon. It is actually a very wise old moon energy. Okay, so wise old soul type of energy, because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Even though Aquarius is also ruled by Saturn, Capricorn is the earth energy opposing to the Aquarius energy. So earth energy, earthly, grounded, the 3D world, back to reality, you know, all the rational stuff. But it's a very, very special moon. Okay, it's a very special moon because it's a new moon that will have the very first new moon of the year before we get into that Aquarius and Leo eclipses, okay, during this year. So just some words of wisdom through a Sufism point of view. Okay, I'm not a Sufist, but I do like some quotes that Rumi has, and this is what comes through relating to the wise new moon's message. Okay, so the philosophy that is behind this Capricorn new moon, according to the Sufi philosophy, is that destiny is not a line flowing forward. Destiny is a circle that revolves around understanding. The circle will not close unless perception changes. A person thinks they are walking, but in reality they are actually turning. And with each turn, it comes back to that point, the beginning. Okay, so it brings you back to the same place. It's not the length of the road, but the narrowness of your perspective if you're not getting back to the same place. It's pretty much similar to the world card in the tarot. Okay, so if we look at the tarot cards, let me see if I can find the world card. Okay, that just came through as a thought. Okay, there we go. So if you look at the world card, we see a snake, okay, and the snake is holding its tail. So the head of the snake is the beginning and the tail is the end. But as you get to the tail, it's back to the head again, or in other words, the beginning. This is very similar to the analog clock as well. You know, you go all the way around and back to the starting point, basically. So nothing ends. It just keeps going around in circles, and that's what the Sufist philosophy is saying. And it has something to, you know, it has something to do with the understanding of this special moon. Okay, so this moon is occurring on the 18th of January 2026, and it will be occurring at 28 degrees. Okay, 28 degrees is known as an anaretic degree. It's a very effective, very hyped up, effective type degree. Okay, so this new moon will be, you know, like it will signal a lot of long-held, the reassessment of long-held burdens, maybe, okay, or certain responsibilities that have been postponed. And I feel as though, and you know, you may even hear a lot of astrologers, even numerologists saying this, that establish structures both at the personal level as well as the collective level will be confronted, okay, and sustainable decisions made to wean off or quietly disillusion some systems that are lacking solid foundations. Okay, so if, for example, at the personal level, you're this is just, you know, like a example. If you have a relationship that is not secure, this would be like giving you a reality check and saying, well, you know, it's time to let go of this because it's not really doing anything for you. Okay, so at the grander scale, globally, I feel as though there could be also more control, okay, or the need for control increasing. And they will see, like, or should I say, the people will see, okay, more clearly what they can truly bear and what they need to let go of. Okay, so it's not just at the collective level, but at the personal level as well. It's like, you know, this needs to end. This is just ridiculous. This needs to end. This needs to be completed. This needs to be put to rest. Okay, it's not doing anything for us. It's not benefiting us. It's just crazy, you know. And this goes for systems, rulers, ideas, ideologies, theories, beliefs, all sorts of things, okay, that you can think of. So it can really, you know, like shake things around a little bit because you want a more secure, with Saturn energy of Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So with that energy, it is giving you that feel of, you know, you need to be more structured. So I feel like, you know, also situations relating to how we handle trade and money may also be affected as well. Okay, so economy, trade, it can also relate to the physical body, it can relate to food, it can relate to healthcare. Well, not so much healthcare, but more so relating to things like food, okay, because it's all relating to our Saturn or Capricorn. Capricorn is related to the pillars of our body, which are the bones. Okay, so it can relate to also like minerals. Okay, minerals, not just what we ingest for, you know, like calcium and iron and so forth, but also minerals of the world. Okay, so there could be certain things relating to that as well. But the way the sky is positioned with the Capricorn new moon and all the other planets in their positions, it brings about a very auspicious energy, okay, which means that every zodiac sign or every human being on the planet is going to benefit through this lucky or auspicious energy in their own kind of way. Okay, so yeah, so it's a good energy. Okay, it's a good energy, even though we have a lot of bad things happening in the world at the moment, and it feels like there are more bad things coming forward. Everything that we're experiencing is pretty much like contractions, getting ready for the birthing of a new baby or a new era or new way of being, basically. So just be aware that during this time, also during the new moon in Capricorn, you're very high, you know, every person is able to manifest what they're thinking of. Okay, there is this strong sense of being able to manifest. Okay, so be in your high vibes, okay, high vibrations, and enjoy the moon energy. Okay, just enjoy it as much as you can. That's all I can say. Okay, now let's get to the zodiac signs. So if you have Sun, this can relate to the work that you do in the world, or it can relate to how you're being seen, whether it's a profession or whether it represents, you know, your status in life. Okay, so the sun energy is, it's like the sun. Okay, so the sun is like the center of the solar system, so it's like it is on stage. Okay, everything is kind of like revolving around that. So if you have Sun in Capricorn, okay, during this Capricorn new moon, for example, you'll be very much affected. Even if you know, ascending will be even more affected. But when I go through the zodiac signs and you're listening to your sun sign, for example, know that, you know, this relates to your position in the world, how people see you, and what you do, what you are able to offer, and what your status is, okay, in the world. For example, it can also relate to the father figure in your life, because it's the sun, the masculine energy. Now, if we go to the moon, so if you've got a moon sign in whichever zodiac sign and you're listening to that, this can relate to the mother. It can relate to your motherland. It can relate to your home. It can relate to your emotions. It can relate to your physical body. And the ascending is how you present yourself with the mask. Okay, so in other words, the mask that you wear, how you're being perceived, okay, in every sense. So it's everything about you, basically everything, not just the sun or the moon, it's everything about you. Okay, so the ascending sign is basically, so if the sun was the masculine energy and the moon is the feminine energy, the ascending is like the the child. Okay, so the father, the mother, and the ascendant is the child, or the expression. Okay, what you express, what you show, what you act as. Okay, the character in this reality. Okay, so it's the face that you show to the world, how you're being perceived. Okay, so yeah, if you're going to listen to, you know, like cross watch for your partner, your kids, your parents, your siblings, etc., you can also do that. Okay. All right, so let's start with Capricorn, because I did say that I will be doing these moon readings starting with whichever sign it's in and take it from there. So starting with Capricorn. Okay. Okay, so Capricorn, the sun, moon, and rising. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the normal cards that I use all the time, but I'm also going to use I want to ask for one card from the Lenormand, the mystical Lenormand cards. Lenormand. Okay. So 5 cards for Capricorn. And I want one of the mystical Lenormand. Okay, this one wanted to jump out, so we'll use that one. Okay. We've got the Empress, the Tower, the Chariot. Look, these are all major arcana cards. Ooh, and the Wheel, and 10 of Pentacles. Major arcana cards are usually associated with external influence. Okay, so it's like more some, you know, certain occurrences that are more collective rather than at the personal level. And I'm getting these cards now. The Lenormand is the Sun. Okay, the Sun card, which is related to the same energy as the Sun card in the tarot card. The number is 31. Is it 31 or 37? I think it's 31. Let me just double check that. I don't want to make a mistake and say it's 31, but the reason being is because I also look at the numerology of these cards. Okay, yeah, it's 31. Looking at the little booklet here, so it's a very positive card. It stands for success, energy, willpower, and optimism. When asked if something will succeed, this card should always be interpreted as a positive outcome. Okay, so there you go, and it's the same energy as the Sun card in the tarot. Now, the reason being, okay, the reason being why it is the Sun card. This Capricorn new moon is at 28 degrees. Okay, it's 28 degrees, and it is a 2 plus 8 equals 1. Okay, and 1, or should I say 10, if we ditch the 0, it's a 1, and 1 is associated with new beginnings. It is associated with the ego. It is the sun energy. Okay, basically it is the sun energy. So the degree of this new moon is relating to this sun energy. It's creative, it's fun, it's joyful, it is successful, it is positive, all good energies. Okay. And what we're seeing here is the Empress, which is associated with creativity. Okay. So creating something that's going to be eventually successful. And you may feel a little bit uneasy because we're getting this Tower card. Okay, the Tower card represents sudden breakdowns, but eventually a breakthrough or break free situation. Okay, so it shows that there could be some sort of uneasy feeling and an increase in pressure involving where you feel responsible or responsibility, because the Empress card, besides being, you know, like associated with creativity and fertility, this also represents a mother figure who is responsible for the family. Okay, so responsibility coming through there. What this shows is that you have the ability to bring this into balance and move on from this way of being. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is saying you make your own luck. Okay, you need to delegate to be able to find the complete full-on happiness that you desire. Okay, in your home, in your work situation, relating to money, all areas of your life. Okay, so it seems like you're letting go of the ideology of, as a Capricorn, okay, you're probably the type of person who is striving to succeed in something. Well, this does represent success, but it could be like, say, if you're a female who doesn't work, she would be so much concerned about how everything is kind of like systematically done properly within the home. Okay, there could be this feeling of constantly tending to and putting on all the responsibility on their shoulders. But this could go for, you know, someone, regardless of gender, you know, someone who is responsible for what they're doing in their everyday life, whether it's work, home, kids, whatever it may be. Okay, and what I'm getting is that you're letting go of this ideology that you have to be the one that's always doing that. Okay, you're kind of like learning to let go. You're learning to find more balance, and balance for fun and play as well. Okay, so you're including fun and play in your life as well, bringing balance between, say, work and home, family, and whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, so yeah, during the moon you will feel it even more. You'll feel it like, you know, there's so much pressure on you, and the pressure is increasing, and it's going to like bam, okay, blow up, because you're responsible for this, for that, and you're like, that's it. I don't want to be responsible for everything. Okay, everyone do a little bit, you know, delegating and sharing. Okay, so that's what I'm getting here. And I do get that this self-undoing situation is going to be resolved in a successful way. You'll get people to do things with you, okay, where you find yourself to be more secured. Okay, yeah, see, the Magician is saying the words that you say or communicate or you speak will manifest. Okay, this could also include thoughts and intentions. So whatever your thoughts are, whatever your intentions are, tell everyone, okay? Tell them that you need to have more time for yourself. You need to do other things. You can't always tend to them. It's time that they take up some of the responsibility as well, okay? So that's what I'm getting here. This is for Capricorn. Sounds a bit like for me, but I'm not a Capricorn. So that's what I'm getting for you, Capricorn. The outcome is successful, okay? The outcome will be that you eventually do end up having a new system very much secured, because we had the Emperor card as well, very much secured in place in the way that you would like things to operate, okay? That's what I'm getting for you, Capricorn, okay? So enjoy the Capricorn new moon, okay? And let's move on to the next sign, which is Aquarius, okay? So Aquarius, let's see what comes through for you, okay? Okay, we got one card that came through. It's the book. Okay, it's called the book. This one. So it relates to knowledge. This is spiritual knowledge, or knowledge that maybe I should read the little booklet. Even though, you know, I don't normally read the booklet. I know these cards, but what does it say in the booklet? Okay, so it's the book. It represents knowledge, but it's knowledge that is not revealed. Okay, and it can represent a secret or something that is hidden. It can also represent some sort of paperwork or acquired knowledge. Okay, so, but I'm seeing the Judgment card here. Okay, the Judgment card represents, you can see the mummies coming alive. So it can represent something relating to old knowledge. It can relate to, it's a spiritual kind of feel. Okay, now what we get here is Six of Cups. Okay, this is something relating to the past. We have also this, which is like the mummies coming alive, past, ancient wisdom. It can also relate to past lives, or something that is stemming from the past that is going to be revealed to you. Okay, so it's hidden at the moment, or it is normally a hidden thing, but it's going to be activated within you, because every human being has all the knowledge that has ever been experienced through every human being that existed from the very beginning in the DNA. So the DNA is like a memory bank of experiences. Okay, so because our brain cannot process all the experiences of, you know, thousands and thousands of years of experiences. It does not have that capacity, so it only experiences a little bit at a time as it grows or expands to a certain point. Okay, you can't even go past a certain point. We need to be fully evolved to a certain degree to be able to perceive everything. Okay, but at the soul level, we are already aware of all the knowledge. Okay, so it does show some sort of past life connection or connection to a past experience, information. Okay. I also feel as though you may even be going in that hermit mode energy, because I see that there, as well as the Queen of Wands. Even though the Queen of Wands is fire energy, in this, with this and this and this energy, it doesn't show that she will be active. It shows that she would do this inward energy, inward work. And it's a new moon. The new moon is all about going inwards. Okay, it's all about going inwards and revealing what is in there rather than going out there and exploring what's out there, for example. Okay, so hidden knowledge and wisdom coming through from a past life or past knowledge experience, ancient knowledge, that's all I can see, is coming through. And what you're doing is you are isolating yourself during this time. Okay, isolating yourself, and you can see it there. Okay, isolating yourself from, holding yourself from mixing and mingling with others, not socializing, because you want to attain this knowledge. And now the ego, because we have the lion there, that Leo is associated with the ego. Okay, and if you have a balance, moderation in ego, it is healthy. If you cannot kill your ego, that is unhealthy. Okay, you'll end up being a doormat, basically. You need the ego. The ego is your driving force to find your direction. Okay, without an ego, you cannot function in this world. But if it's out of balance and it's inflated, that is unhealthy. If it's underflated, it is unhealthy again. So you need to find the middle ground, and you need to find moderation. So what this is saying is that you're isolating yourself to be able to attain this knowledge, okay, to feed your ego in a sense. Okay, that's what I'm getting. But the reason behind, or the driving force behind this, is because you want to be different. Now, Aquarius always wants to be different. They like the idea of being unique and different. Okay, they're a bit whimsical. Okay, so by trying to attain this knowledge or wisdom, or having this aha moment situation happening, you are distancing yourself from others. It's not going to really support what you're trying to achieve. Okay, this is more like an escape route for you in a way. Okay, so it's more like it's good to have time alone. Okay, it's good to spend time alone. It's good to be more in a slow-mo, meditative, relaxing kind of mode, and that's what you should be doing during this moon, 3 days before, 3 days after. But if you're trying to achieve something that is you want to be unique, you want to be different, you want to how would I don't even know how I would word this. Okay, you want to be different, and you want to show off, okay, in that kind of way, you know, feed your ego, and you're doing it to the point where you're, you know, you're like, I'm a guru, I have to meditate, I can't, you know, I have to fast, I have to social fast. It's not just food fast or water fast, it's social fast. I have to fast completely, but it's not really doing anything for you. This is more like an escape route for you to be, you know, trying to spend time alone or something, okay? Have a look at the reason why you're doing this. Okay, yes, it is a very spiritual time. Yes, you will get the information coming through. There will be the aha moments. All of this ancient wisdom or knowledge will come to you, okay, but not by isolating yourself from others, okay? It's not going to happen that way. It's probably going to happen more if you're in a more fun mode, okay, more light, fun kind of mode rather than a heavy, where you're putting a lot of effort or energy and doing something that is like forcing it to happen, okay? If you're having fun, you're in that light mode, you're, you know, pursuing something fun and interesting, maybe doing some hobbies, etc., in your own space and time. You may include some people around you, and you know, that's when you'll get the aha moment of remembering that special knowledge, whatever it is that you need to remember, okay? So that's what I'm getting for you, Aquarius. Wow, okay. So enjoy the new moon energy. Okay, moving forward. Next we've got Pisces. Dreamy Pisces. Well, normally you're last, but this time you're not. Okay. Let's see what comes through for you, Pisces. Okay, and one of these cards. Okay, for Pisces. We're getting messages. Okay, and the message is coming through from your guides. Okay, it's coming through your guides, and I'll read what the message is. But it's coming from your guides, which is not like a normal communication mode, telepathic, or a whisper in the ear or whatever. Okay, the message is coming through your gut instincts and maybe some visual flashes of, you know, like certain visual flashes, or it could even be like a desire or a dream that you know, a way of life that you would like to experience in your mind's eye. You see something like that. It could be your imagination seeing that. Okay, so that is the message that's coming through your guides that way. Okay, your guides are saying, listen to what your gut instincts are saying. Okay, do you feel like, oh, enough is enough? Okay, because I'm feeling that. What I see is family, ending of family mothering, family responsibility. It also is related to you being so empathic and compassionate that you want to help everyone else to a certain point, okay? And you're carrying them on your shoulders, okay? So what I'm getting as a message is not to put yourself in a situation or a position where you're trying to be the savior for everyone, okay? And not everyone's burden is light, okay? You may not have the ability to carry everyone's burden, okay? So that's what I'm getting here. It's saying that you need to end, okay? You need to end this. End the responsibility or feeling responsible or taking on the responsibility, okay? And the message is coming through your inner workings. Listen to your inner workings. How do you feel? What does your gut instinct say? Do you feel heavy? Do you feel like you just want to go, oh, that's enough? Okay. It's because your guides are sending you the messages through your physical and emotional way of being, okay? So feeling like maybe feeling the heaviness, maybe feeling the burning sensation in the gut, feeling like heaviness on your shoulders, always dreaming of having an experience that you want to have, okay, rather than being where you are, for example, or you want to help someone out and then you see yourself being crushed under this responsibility, okay? It's basically the way they communicate with you in these ways, okay? So that's what I'm seeing. Try not to be too logical about the situation, okay? Because the King of Swords here is saying you're trying to be logical or rational in regards to the situation, but trying to make sense of it, but it doesn't work that way, okay? Sometimes your logic is not enough, okay? There's a lot of emotional stuff that's involved there. It's good to help people out, but always have your boundaries there, okay? So don't put yourself in a difficult position while you're trying to save everyone, okay? That's the message I'm getting, okay? I hope you have a great time during the new moon. Now, know that, you know, these moon energies, especially the new moon, can, you know, it doesn't mean it's going to happen on that day. It could mean that, you know, it's going to slowly unfold for the next 6 months, maybe up to a year, you know, it depends, because it's an inner working situation. It's the moon, it's a new moon, it's the dark moon, it's not a full bright moon, okay? So enjoy the moon, Pisces. Okay, now back around the zodiac cycle, and we are back to Aries. Okay, we didn't start with you, Aries, because it was a Capricorn new moon. So started with Capricorn. Let's see what comes through. Okay. What do we see? What do we see for Aries? Now, Aries is the infant of the zodiac wheel. Okay. And Capricorn is the elder, you know, the old guy or the old gal. So there's a lot of this young old energy coming through. Ooh, and look at that. Ace of Cups represents new energy or young energy. Okay, that one is going there. Now let's get a card through the Lenormand cards. Oh, the Sun card again. Okay, whatever it is that you're going through, this represents success. It also has a connection to ego, so watch the ego as well. Oh, it's raining very heavily outside. So if anything happens to the light or the powers, do not fret. I will continue the reading when it resumes. Okay. Okay, so I did actually pause the video for a moment because it was so, you know, the rain was so hard. Okay, I was afraid that it may actually flood. All right, let's have a look at this. Okay, so Aries, what am I getting? Look at this. Okay, so what I get is that you need to move on from the things that you feel like you need to say. If it's associated with your feeling of I have more authority, the ego, okay, it's almost like saying that you need to be aware of what you say, or do not argue with anyone, okay, especially younger people, especially younger ones, okay, or avoid any kind of argument, basically, okay, don't get into that, move on from this. That's what I'm getting here. Just focus on the self. Just trying to see what else comes through, because we've got the Seven of Swords here, and if there's anything coming through the channeling. The Seven of Swords amongst all of these cards is kind of like really standing out. It does kind of like look at being deceived, or don't deceive yourself, or this can also relate to your inner workings, your emotions, okay? Do not let your emotions or how you feel deceive you, where you lash out on people. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. But I've got the Sun card here. Okay, Sun card is saying that eventually all will be well, even if you do have an argument with someone. Okay. Even if you have an argument with the people that you live with, okay, because I'm also seeing the home front here. If you're a parent, for example, don't let your emotions overrule. That's what it's saying. Okay, don't let your emotions overrule, and you end up lashing out on someone, or you get this feeling that something's not right, or they're not being honest with you, or they're saying something which actually means something else because I can feel that it means something else. Okay, you get offended or whatever. Okay, so it's saying that, you know, do not let your emotions get in the way, because your emotions may be deceiving you. Okay, yeah, move on from the words that can offend. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here for you, Aries. Okay, so enjoy the moon energy. And you know, this is what I always say, the moon energy is not just for 3 days before and 3 days after and during the moon. This also is like, you know, especially with the new moon, it can go further, up to 6 months, even a year. Okay, so have a look at your feelings, and do not lash out on people. You can get really, you know, like in that way and maybe offend some people, so be very careful. Okay, all right, moving on. So next we've got Taurus. Okay, Taurus, let's see what comes through for you for this Capricorn new moon. Ask for a card through the Lenormand deck. Just one card. Okay. We got that coming through. The home and family. Okay, what do we see? Oh, there we go, home and family. And 2 of Cups, 7 of Cups. Aha. Well, this is really cool. Okay, Taurus, we've got the home, we've got home and family, how you connect and collaborate, and the affection that you have for everyone in your family. Okay. The guidance that you want, or maybe a lack of direction. Do you have a lack of direction? Okay. You may be also looking at different ways, or different ways to get yourself out of a situation. Okay, this is saying be responsible. Okay, be responsible. It feels as though this is what I'm getting. Okay, it feels as though you need to stop making excuses, or letting your guard down, or just stop and back down. Okay, and apologize to family. Work on it. Okay, be more responsible. That's what what's coming through as. Okay, it's saying that you don't always have the solution. You're not always right. Okay, you need to let them also guide you. okay, or say what they think, okay. So I'm getting like, connect with love, okay, be responsible, work on your relationships with the family, home and house and family is very strongly highlighted during this time. If you've offended anyone, okay, make up for it. That's what I'm getting. Okay, it's all about home, house and family, and it seems like you've offended someone, or you may not realize it, but you maybe have. Okay, it's time to work on your connection and your relationship with your family members. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Okay, so enjoy this new moon in Capricorn. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so next, Gemini. Let's have a look and see what comes through for Gemini. And let's ask for a card through the Lenormand deck. Oh, got the home again. Home and house. Okay, where are you rushing off to, Gemini? It shows you being, you know, like you're rebellious, you're impatient. What I'm seeing is that, you know, this can look like you're rushing things, or there's impatience here. Okay, I'm seeing even here, it's like you want to get things done. You want to, you know, you want to get over that obstacle course. But this also looks like, you know, there's a deep down set fear of maybe loss or lack. Okay, the driving force behind this way of acting. So I do feel that, you know, the impatience is coming through, especially mostly around, besides friends, mostly around the people that you live with or family members. Okay, you may be like, come on, get on with it, etc., etc. It is a mindset. It is the way you feel like, you know, you want things to happen during this time. Okay. And you may be the type of person who, through exploring or dealing with situations, you're able to grasp things very quickly. Okay. Other people also have this ability. It's not, you're not special. Okay, that's what I'm getting, because that's how you see yourself. You see, like, you can do that, but others can't. They're at a loss kind of thing. And that's why it's like, come on, get on with it. You know, that's the kind of feel I get here. Don't be impatient. Be a little bit more understanding, okay? That's what I'm getting. Everyone has their own way of dealing with things, their own also capacity. It's not like, you know, not everyone is standard. So I'm pretty sure, Gemini, you know this. But during this new moon, you will be under that kind of way of perceiving, okay? It's like, you know, come on, get on with it, let's do it quickly, you know, or can't you understand that? You would be in that kind of way. And say normally if you're not like that, you are more understanding. It could be that just during this moon you would be like that, okay? So the home front is more so affected. You know, people in the home is more so affected. So that's what I'm getting here. Yeah. It's all about the mind during this time for you. Your mind is being hyped up. I mean, you have a very hyper mind anyway, but it seems like, it feels like it's being pressured or suppressed, where it feels like it's in a pressure cooker and you just want to, you know, it's like it's trying to blow up, or that's not a good analogy, okay? It's trying to come through in a way where you have this feeling like everyone is the same, okay, or they have the same speed in the way they deal with things. They have the same pace, but you, through the experience, you will realize it's not like that. You will learn that it's not like that, okay? So that's what I'm seeing for you. Just relax, okay? Try to enjoy the moment. Try to be in the moment. That's what I'm getting, okay? So that's coming through for you, Gemini. Enjoy the moon energy. And let's move on. Next to Cancer. Okay, let's have a look and see what comes through for Cancer. Okay, this is for Cancer. Capricorn new moon. Also a card from the Lenormand deck. Okay, jumped out. We've got the Mummy. Card number 8. What is card number 8? Coffin. Okay. So something is coming to an end. It's basically like the Death card in the tarot deck. Let's have a look. Okay, something that is We see the ending there that is similar in the energy. And a new beginning. Okay, so ending and new beginning. Moving forward. What I see here is a devil card. It's like self-undoing. Okay, something is ending that relates to self-undoing. It's like you need to end, okay, a habit and start a new. Go out there and explore the new, okay? Don't get deceived by the information that is being shared, okay? What information though? Let's have a look. It's like you're putting all of that, or should I say, the way it was before, you're putting it to rest, okay? You're ending it, you're putting it to rest. That's what I see with a coffin there. What has been deceiving you? Got the Judgment. Okay. So what I see here is that, you know, self-sustainability, being alone. It's like this new beginning. It's like a new, and we've got the Ace of Wands there as well. New beginning that's occurring in the world. It's like a new world, like a new world order kind of thing. Okay. What I see here is that there is, you know, when you look at what's happening around the world at the moment, it feels like everyone's being pushed to be more self-sustained, to work at home, to do things alone, not to mix and mingle. And this is becoming like a toxic self-undoing situation. It's actually pushing us to become lonely. Okay, you can't live alone. You can't function alone. As human beings, we are community-based beings. You know, like certain animals, for example, they have herds, they have tribes. You know, we are like that as well. We cannot live alone. Okay, and that's what this is saying. It's saying, wake up. Don't be deceived by this new thing that's happening. Before it starts, end it. It's a self-undoing situation. Okay. Because this will make you unhappy. This way of being will make you unhappy. Especially when you know, go online and go into social media and see all the stuff there, and you kind of like, oh, that's me, that's how I am, that's how it is, and that's true, and you kind of like make it feel like it's you, make it feel like, or make yourself believe that it's you. It's like, this is how I feel, this is what life is like, you know, but it's not. Okay, so that's what it's saying. You need to end this self-undoing situation that is toxic. Okay, it is pushing you towards loneliness. I don't know why this has come up for you, Cancer, but I think this is a message to everyone, okay, in this day and age. Yes, we can work from home, but we should also find a balance between alone time and family time or friend time, etc. Okay, we should mix and mingle with our neighbors, for example. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting for you. and you being the opposite sign of Capricorn, okay, maybe that's why that came through, because when it's the opposite sign of whatever, you know, the moon is in, whatever sign the moon is in, so Capricorn is your opposite sign, which means you are like on the opposite end, okay, of the other person. So it's like you and another, okay, you and another person or people or organization or whatever, something to do with the other is coming through, okay. So yeah, don't push yourself to be alone. That's what I'm seeing. Enjoy the Capricorn new moon energy. Okay, next we've got Leo. Let's have a look and see what comes through for Leo. Oh, that one actually flew across. And one card from the Lenormand deck. The Tower. Ooh, okay. I think this was a little bit more applicable to Cancer, okay, being alone in the Tower. You can see the person there, stuck in the Tower, okay. There's actually a place like this in Istanbul. There's like a tower where I think it was the king who put his daughter there or something like that. I'm not really sure what the story is, but yeah, there is a place like this in reality. This one actually flew out, so that's why it came through as being upside down. And I don't read upside down cards. Okay. So what do I see here? Well, we've got the Leo energy, the Fire King has come through. Okay. And we've got the Queen of Cups here, which represents a healing process happening. So we see the Fire King energy, we see the breakdown, breakthrough, and break free. And this is like, you know, when you untie, say, an animal that you've tied up for so long. They love the idea of freedom, and they're just all over the place, you know, running around and enjoying their freedom. Okay, that's how it feels here. Okay, it's like they are free, but they're free, but they are all over the place. They're not, you know, aligned. They're not balanced. They're going left and right and all over the place. Okay, that's the energy I'm picking up. This and this very much similar. Okay, the energy here represents hermit-like energy. This represents, you know, someone in the Tower. We see also the Tower here. Okay, both of them are the Tower, but this also is the person in the Tower is very similar to this energy, hermit-like energy. Now, what does this mean? What it's saying is that, you know, there is a healing process happening during this moon energy that relates to some sort of idea or perception, okay, that you're breaking away from, okay, and you are breaking away from the idea that You're always on stage, and people need to approve of you because you're seen, or everyone needs to approve of you, or they need to approve you, or well, what I'm getting here is you shouldn't expect that. Okay, you shouldn't expect everyone to approve of you just to feel valuable. Okay, and you're healing from that. Okay, this is like a breaking down and breaking free, or should I say breaking through and breaking free kind of feeling. Of healing from the process of not needing the applause to be approved. Okay, that's what I'm getting. And it can also be a good idea to be alone sometimes. And even though you're alone, you also still are valued. Okay, it's like you are realizing your value, whether you're seen or not. Basically, that's what I'm getting here. And the understanding that you don't need to be approved, or you don't need to be seen or acknowledged to feel valued. Okay, you realize that you are valued. You realize regardless of where you are, you will be valued. And that's the healing process that's coming through from this energy of the Capricorn new moon. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. That is what I'm getting. Okay, so enjoy this Capricorn new moon energy. Okay, let's move on to the next sign. Next we've got Virgo. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look at, see what comes through for Virgo. The cards keep flipping over. Okay, it's like I'm losing control of how I shuffle the cards. It's happened twice. Is that what you're feeling, Virgo? Does it feel like you're losing control? Something about control keeps coming through in the message. Okay, that one revealed itself. Let's see what comes through the Lenormand. So we got two cards. We've got mice and we've got the snake with the golden egg. And what that means. All right. So the mice can represent deception. It can represent theft or deception in a reading. Okay. It can represent loss, sorrow, theft, lies, deception. Okay. The snake. What color is this? What number is the snake? Number 7. Okay. So the snake also represents betrayal and deception. Yeah, Yeah, betrayal and deception, lies. Okay, so both of them kind of like relate to deception and lies, and let's see what comes through. And I felt the energy of control. Okay, losing control. Okay, let's see what comes through. There we go. The moon, fear of the unknown, losing control, or fear of losing control, and we see the 5 of Wands there. Okay. What I'm getting here is that there is a fear of not being able to see what's ahead of you. That's fear of control. Okay. And self-deception, getting deception, self-deception, deceiving yourself that you can control. Okay. I did feel that control aspect coming through. It's saying that you can't control everything. You can't keep up with everything. You can't control everything. You can't see through the darkness to be able to control everything. You can't keep up with everything. You can't keep everything in order. There will always be something that you need to deal with. Okay? The fear of losing control, okay, is self-deception. You're deceiving yourself. Okay? It's saying stop it. Okay, stop it. Stop trying to keep up with everything and trying to control everything. Excuse me. Be more lighthearted. Okay? That's what this is saying. Be more lighthearted. It's a learning process. It's not a doing process. It's a learning process. It's a being process. So just be and just learn. Just be and just learn. Don't do, okay? Don't try to do. That's what's coming through. I think that's actually a very straightforward answer. My mum's a Virgo, so it pretty much sounds a bit like her. Okay. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. Who we've got next? Libra. Okay, Libra. Let's shuffle the cards. So, Virgo, enjoy the moon's energies. Okay, just try to relax. All right, Libra. Libra. Let's see what comes through for you. Okay, this one came through, jumped out. I think this is called public place or park. Number 20. Number 20 is the park. The park stands for places open to the public, for society, and any place where a lot of people come together. This can be a concert, a hospital, or a fair, depending on the question asked. So this is about the Capricorn new moon. Yeah, it could be like a social scene that you're in. Let's have a look at the rest of the cards. Okay. What I see here is it's not like a public place, but it's more like the people that you connect with. Okay, it could be like maybe coming together with friends, family, etc. Maybe even like helping them, assisting them, doing things for them as well. Okay, now if that's not the case, what I see here is that it seems like there is, you're feeling exhausted. Okay, that's what I'm getting with these two cards here, both 5. Okay, it shows that as you try to assist someone else, okay, helping someone else overcome an obstacle, you are missing out on your opportunities. Okay, it's like you're helping others out and you end up missing out on your own opportunities, which is because you want to please others, you want to make other people happy, okay, or be supportive of them. But what this is causing is you to lack energy. You're being more, I would say you're becoming exhausted, okay, through the process. What you need to do is you need to be grounded. You need to know what you want, and you need to have heart-mind coherence or emotional intelligence in regards to the decisions that you make that relate to yourself as well as others. Okay. Otherwise, what could have been a success, okay, turns into a lost opportunity for you while you're assisting someone with their obstacle, and they're going through and succeeding in their whatever it is that, you know, they're dealing with, because you're helping them, but you're losing out on your own opportunities. Okay, you're trying to please everyone because you want to be seen as a helpful person. You want to be seen as, you know, someone who is caring and loving and helpful. You don't need to show your love or concern that way by denying yourself the opportunities that come your way. So while you're busy helping someone else overcome their obstacles, you are losing out on your own opportunities or potentials. Okay, so stop postponing your own potentials or opportunities, okay, or your own decisions for yourself. Okay, that's what this is saying. So it's not about everyone else. We see that here as well, trying to please everyone. Okay, it's not about everyone else. It's also about you. So you need to start healing or be more rational or get real about this situation. Okay, ground, come down to earth. You can't be an angel for everyone. Okay, so that's what we're seeing here for you, Libra. So enjoy the Capricorn new moon. Okay, next we've got Scorpio. All right, let's see what comes through for Scorpio. Okay, and also one of these cards from the Lenormand. What have we got? Four-leaf clover, luck. We've got luck. Page of Pentacles. Okay. What I see here is that Scorpio, you know, this is ruled by Scorpio as well. You will be always that energy of death and rebirth or transformation, okay? It's not just death and rebirth. It's about transforming to another way of being. But what I see here is that, you know, normally everyone, well, I wouldn't say everyone, but a lot of people would fear Scorpio energy. You know, they say the sting is very hard. They're deep. They're very secretive. They can bite at any time if you offend them, etc. So the message I'm getting here is, because we've got the Page of Pentacles, which is that innocent childlike energy, saying don't be afraid to appear weak, okay, like a child, because this life is a learning process. The Page of Pentacles is all about learning, the infinite student energy. So don't be afraid to be seen as being weak, because you're learning through the process. You're learning to expand, okay? It is what it is. But what I'm also seeing is that through the process of learning and expanding in this world in this lifetime, you may actually experience hidden agendas or hidden knowledge. I'm not talking about knowledge and wisdom. I'm talking about heartbreaking, nasty realities, okay? It's pretty much like you may end up being a witness to seeing people harming other people, okay? And feel weak and powerless to be able to help them or to change what's happening, okay? So whatever the situation may be, it could be maybe you're witnessing a war scene, okay, and you really feel the empathy, okay, you feel their pain, and but you can't do anything about it because it's not a personal thing, it's a collective thing, okay? And this is a learning process. We have the luck card here, okay, which represents that you're very lucky to be here and now, to be able to experience everything, whether it's a good expansion or a heartbreaking situation, okay? Whether you're able to do something about it or not, what you're experiencing is what you're meant to for the soul, okay? The soul experiences what it's meant to, or what it wanted to, okay? Whatever the experience may be, you are where you're meant to be, basically, okay? And that's what I'm seeing here. So that's what I get with the Capricorn new moon energy. Now, this does not mean that, you know, you'll experience this during the new moon. It just means that, you know, from the new moon and up to about 6 months or even a year, you will, during that time, you will experience something similar to this, and you will feel powerless not to be able to put it right. Okay, so it's okay to be vulnerable, it's okay to be weak and powerless at times, because you are meant to be where you're meant to be. That's what it's saying. It's part of the transformation process, and the luck is coming through. It's actually saying that you're lucky you're experiencing these things, because you are accelerating in your expansion and transformation. It may sound weird, it may not sound right, but that's what comes through. Okay, it's like you're experiencing the birthing of a child. You're watching the female going through the contractions. You can't do anything about it. It's a process that has to happen. You can't stop the birthing. The contractions are painful. The birth is painful. You can't do anything about it, but the child needs to be born. Okay? You can just experience it and learn through the experience. Okay, so that's what I'm getting with this. So enjoy the Capricorn new moon energy. Okay, next we've got Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, you are last this time. You are the last sign this time. So Pisces is always last normally, but this time you are last. Okay, let's have a look and see what comes through for you for this Capricorn new moon reading. Sagittarius. Okay. And a card through the Lenormand deck. Okay, we've got the whip. Okay, whips. This is pretty much related to self-undoing, or it relates to, it can relate to arguments, but the arguments are relating to things like disagreements or being offended. It can also relate to misunderstandings and accidents, but I'm getting more like related to disagreements or arguments. Okay, so that's what I'm getting there. But let's see. Oh yeah, see how you connect and communicate. And there as well. Okay, quarreling. So what I see is that we've got the emotional stuff. Someone that you really love, or someone that you care for. Okay, move on from a situation that is emotionally triggering you. Okay, such as if someone said something to you, don't take it seriously. Okay, don't get offended. Don't overstep the boundaries, or don't let anyone overstep your boundaries. Don't overstep your boundaries when you're expressing your opinions, because you may end up having quarrels. Okay, so it's a self-undoing situation. Move on from emotional stuff. Do not react. Respond if you have to, but have your boundaries set in there. Okay. Don't take everything seriously. Move on from it. Okay. Especially, you know, this usually happens when we are offended by someone that we love. Okay. Someone that we love. It's saying move on. Don't harbor any, you know, emotional baggage. Move on. Don't put yourself in a dark spot and start, you know, being afraid or fearful or react without thinking. Okay. We see that confusion there. Okay. So don't react. Have your boundaries in place. Otherwise, if you don't, it's going to end up in, like, you know, you'll have arguments. Yeah, your words may have repercussions. Okay, it's a self-undoing thing. It's usually more so your words said to someone else than someone saying something to you. Okay, that's what I'm getting as well, because it's more like a self-undoing situation. So if you are reacting to someone, okay, always be in your boundaries. Okay, don't overstep your boundaries when you're expressing your opinions. Okay, that's what's coming through, Sagittarius. Okay, enjoy the Capricorn new moon, and thank you. So all of you, enjoy the Capricorn new moon.